Number one, the following grid shows a restaurant's floor plan. There are floor food stations centered at points P, Q, R, and S. The following diagram for these 4 points is shown. Point Q is not shown. Only unit represents 1 meter. Point P is located at 2, 2. The equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ is y equals 4. Write down the coordinates of Q. Right. PQ is the vertical, so we must have the same x coordinate. And the segment PQ is vertical, so the midpoint of PQ must also lie on the line y equal 4. Line y equal 4, because that is the perpendicular bisector. So we can find the midpoint 2 plus 2 divided by 2, comma, 2 plus y over 2. And it's going to be 2 because 4 divided by 2 equals 2. And this is 2 plus y over 2. Since y equals 4, 1, so it means 2y plus 2 equal 4. If 2 multiply by 4, it becomes 2 plus y equal 8, or y equal 6. So it means the coordinate point Q is 2, 6, x, y. Next question. Coordinate points R and S are located at 11, 0 and 12, 6 respectively. Find the coordinates of the midpoint RS, the equations of the perpendicular bisector RS. Give your answer in the form y equal mx plus c. So we need to find the gradient. Right. But first, we need to find the midpoint, B, given that coordinate point R 11, 0 and coordinate point S is 12, 6. So the midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2, r1 plus r2, 11 plus 12 by 2, 0 plus 6 divided by 2 becomes 23 divided by 2, 3, or 11.5, 3. This is the midpoint of RS. And after that, we need to find the equation. This part 1, part 2. Okay. To find the equation, we have to find gradient first, and the gradient of RS, the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And it is 6 minus 0 over 12 minus 11, and it is 6 over 1 equals 6. So the gradient, this is M1, MRS. MRS is 6, and the gradient of the perpendicular bisector is negative reciprocal of 6. So it means M, the gradient of the equation is minus 1 over 6, negative reciprocal of 6. Equation of the straight line through 23 over 2, 23 half, comma 3, and gradient m equal minus 1, 6. It's like this. We are going to using this formula. This is x1, this is y1, this is m. Okay. Substitute into this equation, it's going to be y minus 3 equal minus 1, 6, x minus 23 over 2, 23 half. And then it becomes y minus 3 equal minus 1 over 6x plus 23 over 12, because 6 times 2. And comes y equal minus 1 over 6x plus 23 over 12 plus 3, or it is y equal minus 1, 6x plus 23 over 12, 12 times 3, 36. So the equation becomes, scroll down, the equation becomes minus 1 over 6x plus 59 over 12. This is the equation. Next question. Customers in the restaurant take their food from the nearest food station. The following table shows the average waiting time in minutes for each food station table, using nearest neighbor interpolation to find the average waiting time for a customer at point 6,8. The coordinate point P, 2,2, closest to 8. If you look on the table P closest to 8. P closest to 8, Q closest to 4, R closest to 9, S closest to 6. Q 2,6 closest to 4, R 11,0 closest to 9, and S 12,6 closest to 6. So next, we will calculate the distance from 6,8 from a coordinate point 6,8. First, from 6,8 to P 2,2. The distance is root 6 minus 2 squared plus 8 minus 2 squared equals square root 52. Next, 2 Q 2,6. The distance square root 6 minus 2 squared plus 8 minus 6 squared square root 20. Next, 2 R, coordinate point R 11,0 from 6,8 to R 11,0. So the distance equals square root 6 minus 11 squared, 8 minus 0 squared equals square root 89. Next, to S. From this point to S 12,6. Distance equals square root 6 minus 12 squared, 8 minus 6 squared equals square root 40. Look that square root 20 is the smallest. So the smallest distance from 6,8 to D, yeah, to Q. Yeah. So the smallest distance is to Q. So it means the average, this is the conclusion, the average waiting time at Q 2,6 is, you look Q 4 minutes, is 4 minutes. Next question. Wait. The restaurant owner wishes to determine whether customers spend more money during the weekend. So she decided to use a two-sample t-test at 5% level significance. So alpha equal 5% or 0.05. For this test, the null hypothesis is 1 mu 1 minus mu 1 equal mu 2, where mu is the mean amount of money spent by all customers on weekdays and mu 2 is the mean amount of money spent by all customers on weekend. State the alternative hypothesis, HA or H1. H0 already, and then HA or H1 is mu1 less than mu2. And this is a one tail test. Okay, next E. The owner considers collecting her sample data from 2 weekdays and 1 weekend by recording the amount spent on the first 12 orders on each of these days. State which one of the following methods best describes the owner's planned sampling: convenience, systematic, or stratified. Which one? Why convenience? Because the data is collected from easily accessible orders rather than being randomly or systematically chosen. So, uh, this one. Uh, State one disadvantage of this sampling technique. Okay. So, one is convenience, and two, my answer is it may not procedure a representative sample, leading to it leading us to bias result. So the result will be bias. Next question, F. The restaurant owner instead collects the data using simple random sampling. The p-value is 0.0897 for the sample data. State the conclusion for the test. Justify your answer. Look that the p-value is 0.0897, and Alpha equals 1, 5%, 0.05. So it means p value greater than alpha. Alpha equals 0.05, while p value is 0.0897. So it means p value p value greater than alpha. So it means the conclusion, there is sufficient evidence, the evidence to reject uh, H0 or null hypothesis. And as well, you can writing the conclusion, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Number two, the Scheveningen Ferris wheel's lowest point is 8 meters above sea level, and its highest point is 45 meters above sea level. This is a diagram, highest point, lowest point, and this is the plot. Show that the radius of Ferris wheel is 18.5 meters. Calculate the circumference of the Ferris wheel. Okay. The highest point is 45 meters, and the lowest point is 8 meters. Then the difference equals 45 minus 8 equals 37 meters. So if you look the highest point from sea level, okay, this is the highest point, and this is the lowest point. So it means this from sea level to highest point is 45, and from sea level to lowest point is 8. So like this is 8, and this one is 45. So it means this is the difference is 45 minus 8 is 37 meters. So it means we can determine the radius from this point to this point. Okay, 37 divided by 2. So the radius or r equal 37 divided by 2 equal 18.5 meters. This part 1. And part 2, circumference. We can determine the circumference. The formula is 2 pi r, or 2 multiply 22 over 7 multiply 18.5 meters, because this is radius, and it is 116.2389, round off, 116 meters. That is the radius. Next question, B. There are ports equally spaced around the wheel that carry passengers. When the wheel rotates 10 degrees, find the distance that a port travels along the circumference. Okay. If 10 degrees, it means like this. Okay. As long as 10 degrees, this is 10. So we are going to find this distance. Okay. So we need to find circumference. Circumference already calculate. And then B, it means the difference equal 10 degrees over 360 degrees. That's 116 meters. And it equal 3.2288, round of 3.23 meters. Next question. The height in meters above sea level of a particular point is modeled by the function AC equal A sine pt plus D for AB greater than 0, where T is the time measured in minutes. The wheel take 15 minutes to complete one revolution. So one revolution, it needs 15 minutes. Find the value of B, find the value of D, hence write down the equations of the sinusoidal model. Okay, C part 1. The general form of the sinusoidal function as ht, we need to get from this function first, ht equal a sine bt plus d. So we need to find a as well b as well as what d. And it has period. The period is p equal 2 pi over b. Since the period of the wheel is 15 minutes, given p equal 15 minutes, and if we substitute 15 into this equation, we can solve b. So it means 2 pi over b equal 15. So b equal 2 pi over 15, and this is 360 over 15 equal 24. So b equal 24, part 2. D is the highest point plus the lowest point divided by 2. So it means 45 plus 8 divided by 2 equal 26.5. So it means we have to determine first R, or the radius. Radius is 18.5, and the value of radius is the value of A. Okay, so it's one because this is radius. So A equal 18.5. Now substitute A and B and D values into this equation. So HT part 3. The equations of the sinusoidal model is HT equal 18.5 sine 24t plus 26.5. This is the equation. Next question. Use the model to find the values of t when the height of this spot is 33 meters. So how about if t equal 33? Above sea level for t interval 0 to 15, right? So if ht equal 33, the equation becomes 33 equal, sorry, 33 equal 18.5 sine 24t plus 26.5, and we can set becomes 18.5 sine 24t equal 33 minus 26.5, and sine 24t equal, this is 6.5 over 18.5. So it means sine 24t equals 0.351, so on. And then we are going to find t. So sine 24t equals sine, how much, 1 of 6.5 over 18.5. Okay, so 24t equal 20.5699 on. So it means t equal 20.569 on divided by 24, and the result is 0.857 on. Round off becomes 0.5, sorry, 0.57, I mean 0.57 meters. Right. And the second value of t, 24t equal pi minus 20.5699 on, and t equal pi minus 20.5699 on divided by 24, and the result is 6.642916. Round off 6.64 meters. So there are two values of t, this one and this one. So ferries, the ferries will take 15 minutes to complete one revolution. Okay. For the next question, see the ferries will open. It has been operating for 3,000 days, and each day it rotates non-stop for 8 hours. Calculate the total number of revolutions that the Ferris wheel has made. Give your answer in the form of 8 times 10 power lambda, where uh, where A times 10 power k, sorry, where A intervals 1 to 10 and k is an integer. Okay. As the information that Ferris Ferris wheel takes the Ferris wheel takes 15 minutes for one revolution, one full revolution. So revolution per hour, we need to determine first. Revolution per hour equals 60 over 15, and it is 4 revolution per hour. And then the revolution per day equal 4, because per hour, 4 times 8. Through the information, we know that the Ferris wheel operates 8 hours each day. So that's why we are going to calculate 4 times 8, and it is 32 revolution per day. Now the total revolution equal 32 times 3,000, because 3,000 days, and it is 36,000 revolution, and sorry, 96, not 96, because 3 times 3 is 96,000, and we are going to convert 10,000 revolution, 9.6 times 10 power 4 revolution. This one. This is 9.6. Number 3, a survey was answered by 20,000 expatriates, people living in a country that is not their own. The data ranked countries in order of the country they felt was best for expatriates. The highest ranked country was Switzerland. These results were compared to happiness scores taken from the World Happiness Report 2022. The following table shows this data for the top 10 expatriate countries. For the happiness score, find the upper quartile, find the interquartile range. I'm writing here. So the first step, we need to sort the happiness score from the lowest 0.6, after that 0.2. If you evaluate on the table, 6.5, 6.6, 6.7, 7.0, 7.2, 7.2, 7.4, 7.5. The first step, we need to determine median. So median or Q second. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it means we have to divide 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So median or Q2 located here. This is Q2. And it means median equal 6.7 plus 7.0 divided by 2, and it is 6.85. One. This is Q2. And for the upper quartile, between 7.2 and 7.4, that is for upper quartile or Q3. So Q3 is 7. As between not one, between, sorry, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Also it means this one. This is Q3, and Q1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it means this one. This is Q1. So Q3 is 7.2. This is upper quartile. And then for this is the first question. And the second question is the interquartile. So we need to determine Q1 is 6.5. So the interquartile range, or IQR, equals 7.2 minus 6.5. It is 0.7. Next question. Show that Switzerland's happiness score is not an outlier for this data. All right, I'm going to look the space up here. To check the happiness score, okay, to check the happiness score 7.5 is an outlier, we have to find the lower bound. Okay. First, the lower bound. The lower bound is Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR, and it is 6.5 minus 1.5 times 0.7. And if you calculate, the result is 5.45, because 6.5 minus 1.05, it is 5.45. And after that, the upper bound. For the upper bound is Q3, or upper quartile, plus 1.5 times IQR, and it is 7.2 plus 1.5 times 0.7. And if calculate this, the result 7.2 plus 1.05. It is 8.25. So we can state that since 7.5 less than 8.25, it means that Switzerland is not an outlier. So Switzerland is not an outlier. Next question. C. The happiness scores were ranked to calculate Spearman's rank correlation coefficient, RS. These ranks are shown in the following table. This table. Write down the value of A, value of B, the value of C. Okay. The New Zealand happiness score 7.2. So we need to, okay, 7.2. This one, New Zealand. I will put the right thing here, right? So the New Zealand happiness score is 7.2, and it ranks equal 3 plus 4 over 2, and equal 3.5. So it means A equal 3.5. Next, for Spain, the Spain happiness score is 6.5, and it rank equal 8, and it is point of B. And after that, Australia happiness score is 7.2, and it rank equal 3 plus 4 divided by 2, and it's equal to 3.5, and it is C. So A equal 3.5, B equal 8, and C equal 3.5. Next question. Find RS. Okay. And after that, its friends, oh, sorry. Oh yeah, this one. A friend's happiness score is upgraded to 6.9. Explain why the value of RS does not change. Okay. D part 1. So we need to find the differences, or D, between the expatriate rank and happiness rank for each country, and find the D squared. So I would like to create the table. I will move here the table. This is table. This is country, and the expatriate rank, expat rank, and this is the happiness rank. Okay, and country are Switzerland, New Zealand, Spain, Australia, Cyprus, Portugal, Ireland, UAE, France, and Netherlands. This is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. And the happiness rank 1, 3.5, 8, 3.5, 9, 10, 5, 7, 6, and 2. Now we are going to find D, the difference. D, 1 minus 1 equals 0, 2 minus 3.5 minus 1.5, 3 minus 8 minus 5, 4 minus 3.5 is 0.5. This is minus 4. This is minus 4. This is 2. This is 1. This is 3. And this is 8. And after that, d squared 0. And this is 2.25. 25. This is 0.25. And this one is 16. 16. 4, 1, 9, and 64. Now, substitute this information. I would like to calculate first the sigma d squared. If you calculate all of this, 137.5. That is sigma d squared. Right. Next. We are going to find RS, calculate RS. RS is 1 minus 6 sigma d squared over n squared minus 1. And it's going to be 1 minus 6 times 137.5 divided by 10 times 10 minus 1. Sorry, minus 1. And it becomes 1 minus, this is 825, 0, divided by 990. Go down first. And if you calculate, it is 1 minus 0.8333, so on. And it is 0.16666, so on. And it is 0.167. So this is the value of RS, the Spearman rank correlation coefficient. Okay. The next question. Oh, now, okay, I have provided my explanation about that question, part 2. This is my answer, this one. I provided here. Okay, so I would like to put here. Okay. Okay. This one. So this is my answer for part 2. The next question. I think it's clear. Part D, Part E, I mean. Jose concludes from this data that countries with high happiness scores are likely to be favorite expatriate countries. State with a reason whether Jose's conclusion is appropriate. Okay, for part as well. This is my answer for this one. For part E, okay, this is part E. I think clear. Number four, a type of dog food is sold in cylindrical containers. A new label for the container is being considered. The label will be a rectangle that is 5 centimeters wide and 7 centimeters high. The design of the label is a curve as shown in the following axes, where one unit represents 1 centimeter for both axes. The values in the table approximate points on the curve correct to one decimal place. This is the table. Use the trapezoidal rule with 5 intervals and the values given in the table to estimate the shaded area below the curve. This is the shaded area. Right. Let's be solving for part A. The total weight of the table is 5 centimeters. Since there are 5 intervals, the width of each interval we can determine through h equal 5 minus 0 over 5 and it equal 1 centimeters. Using trapezoidal formula to find A equal h divided by 2 times y0 plus 2 sigma I equal 1 to n minus 1 of yi plus yn. So it's going to be A equal 1/2 because h equal 1/2 times 6.0 times 2 plus 2 times 1.7, so 1.3, 3.0, 4.7 plus 4.3. And if you calculate the result, will be 15.85 or 15.9 centimeters square. The next question, part B. The curve used in the label design can be modeled by this equation with interval x0 to 5. Write down the integral that represents the area of the shaded region, hence find the area of the shaded region. The integral from 0 to 5 of this expression. Okay, so the definite integral part 1 integral area equal integral 0 to 5 of minus 1/3 x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7x plus 6 dx. This is the integral. And part 2, we're going to find the area. Calculate the definite integral. So the integral of this expression is minus 1 over 12 x to the power 4 x cubed minus 7 half x squared plus 6x. And after that, substitute 5 into this x and substitute 0 into this x. And it becomes minus 1 over 12, 5 power 4, 5 cubed, 7 half, 5 squared, 6 times 5. Minus 0, because if you substitute 0 into this x, it will be 0. And if you calculate, the result will be minus 1 over 12 times 625 plus 125, 7 half times 25 plus 30 minus 0, and it equals 185 over 12. 15.1.4166 round off, 15.4 centimeters squared. Next question. Oh, part B already. Next, part C. The dog food is sold in closed cylindrical containers with radius R and height H. The whole container is made from one type of material, and it is assumed that the thickness of the material is negligible. Its container has a volume of 400 centimeters cubed. Write down an equation in terms of R and H that shows this information. Okay. See, the volume of a cylindrical container is given by the formula V equal pi R squared H. Pi times R squared times H. Pi is 22 over 7. If the volume V equal 400, so the equation will be 400 equal pi R squared H. So this is the equation, or we can state as pi R squared H equal 400 this. Next question, D. The amount of material used for each container can be modeled by the external surface area of the container. The external surface area A of the container can be expressed as this equation where R greater than 0. Find the value of K. So the value of K, we can determine from part C, we have information that pi R squared H equal 400. So H equal 400 over pi R squared. That's one. And this information we're going to substitute into lateral surface area formula. Lateral surface area formula is 2 pi R H. This is the lateral surface area formula. Now substitute H into this formula. It's going to be 2 pi R times 400 divided by pi R squared. And it is divided 800 over R. And this is K. So K equal 800. So next question. Part E. Find the ADR given that A has a minimum value. Find the value of R that will minimize the material use. E. The total external surface area formula A equal 2 pi R squared plus 800 over R, or A equal 2 pi R squared plus 800 R power minus 1. The ADR equal 4 pi R minus 800 R power minus 2, or the ADR equal 4 pi R minus 800 over R squared. So this is the ADR part 1. Part 2, we need to set that the ADR equal 0. The ADR equal 0. If the ADR equal 0, so I would like to writing this expression equal 0. 4 pi R minus 800 over R squared equals 0. And after that, multiply right hand side multiply by R squared and left hand side multiply by R squared. And it's going to be 4 pi R cubed minus 800 equals 0. So we can rearrange this equation becomes 4 pi R cubed equal 800, or R cubed equal 800 over 4 pi. Now 800 divided by 4 equal 200 over pi, or we can determine R equal cube root of 200 over pi, or R equal 3.99294, round off, becomes 3.99. This centimeters, the unit is centimeters. Next question. The containers are made so that the surface area is minimized. The 5 centimeters by 7 centimeters rectangular level is to be glued to the curved surface of the container. Show that the level will fit on the container. F. If R or radius equal 3.99 based on our previous calculation, so we can state that H equal 200 over pi times 3.99 squared. And if you calculate, the result is 7.98589 on, or round off becomes 7.99 centimeters. If width equal 2 pi r, so substitute this information, radius 2 times 22 over 7 times 3.99, it equal 25.0984 on, or 7 or 25, sorry, not 7, 25 0.1. Okay. Look this result. So the longest dimension I would like to write in here is the conclusion. The longest dimension of the label of 7 centimeters is less than both values, whether it's one or it's one. Okay. And hence we can state that the label will fit in any rotation. Number 5. Jamali is designing a tent in the shape of a right pyramid with a regular hexagonal base, center O. The length of each side of the base is 3 meters. The length of each sloping edge is 4.2 meters. And the distance between each vertex on the base on O and O is 3 meters, as shown in these diagrams. And this one, this the base, and this is the 10. The top of the 10 T will be supported by a vertical pole from O. Find the length of the pole OT. So if O position here, or located here, so it means we're going to calculate OT. So one O. So I would like to create a triangle, right angle triangle. Okay. Wait. Right angle triangle. This one. This AOT. Okay. This is 4.2 and this is 3. So we can determine OT through Pythagoras rule. 4.2 squared minus 3 squared equals square root 17.64 minus 9 equal square root 8.64. And the result is 2.9393 on or 2.94. So OT is 2.94. Next question, B. The hexagonal base can be divided into 6 equilateral triangles. This, find the area of the base, the volume of the tent. B part 1 is area of base. Area of base is area of hexagon, area of hexagonal. Okay, the hexagon, 3 square root 3 over 2 times S. Okay, S is, sorry, this one, because base, it means S equal 3. Okay, S squared, it means this is 3, 3 square root 3, 2 times 3 squared. So 9 times 3, 27, square root 3 over 2 meters squared. So this is the base, the hexagon. And then the volume equal 1/3 times base area times h, the height, 1 times 27 square root 3, half, 2.94, that's 1. And the result is 22.9102 or 22.9 meter cube because volume. The next question. Find the value of angle OAT. Angle OAT. OAT, it means this angle. Okay? OAT. And I would like to sketch the angle OAT. The angle OAT. Okay, this angle OT, and this is 3, it is 4.2. So we are going to using cosine OAT is 3 over 3 over this one 4.2. So it means angle OAT equal cosine or arc sine of 3 over 4.2. This is 44.4153 degrees or 44.4 degrees. And if you will convert to radians, it is 0.7751 radians. Next question. D. For extra support, Jamali decided to attach a rope with length 3.5 meters to the 10 at the point P on the edge AT. The rope will be fixed to the ground at point Q such that the rope PQ is a strike. Points Q, A, and B lie on a strike line. Angle AQP equal 30 degrees. This is shown on this diagram. This diagram and this one. Find AQ. So I would like to sketch this is 30, 3.5, and this is 44.4 degrees. It's A, P, Q. So angle QAP equal 180. QAP, it means this angle minus, sorry, minus 44.4, and it is 135.584 degrees, and angle QPA, angle QPA, this angle 180 minus 30 minus 135.584 4 equal 14.4153 on. And substitute this information into sine rule. The sine rule AQ over sine QPA equal QP over sine QAP, and it's going to be AQ over sine 14.4153 equal QP is 3.5. 3.5 sine 135.584, and it's going to be a Q equal 3.5 over sine 135.584 584, multiply this sine 14.4153, and if you calculate, the result is not 100, 1.24500, round off 1.25 meters. Next question. For decoration at night, Jamali wants to fix a strip of light from point A to A point R along the rope PQ. The strip of lights AR is straight and has length 0.8 meters. Find the two possible values of QR. Right. I would like to construct if the construction, I mean the construction of the triangle. This is 30 QA R here, and then this side is 1.2450. This is 0.8 according to the information. Next, for the first value, because there are two values, sine QRA over QA equals sine 30 over AR. So it means sine QRA QA is 1.2400, sine 30 is 0.5, AR is 0.8, and then sine QRA equals 0.5 over 0.8 sine times 1.24500, and the result is 0.778125. And then arc sine 0.778125 equal 51.0890. so on. So it means the angle QRA equal 51.089 degrees. So we can determine angle QAR equal 180 minus 30 minus 51.089, and the result is 98.91077 degrees. And then we can determine QR through sine rule. Sine angle QAR 0.8 over sine 30. So it becomes QR over sine 98.9107 equal 0.8 over 0.5. Go down first. Okay. So QR equals 0.8 over 0.5 times sine 98.910, and the result is 1.5068 round off 1.58 meters. So this is the first value of QR. Next, for the second value, if angle QRA equal 180 minus 51.089 equal 128.910 on. So it means angle QAR equal 180 minus 30 minus 128.910 equal 21.089 degrees. Now we're going to determine QR. It's through sine rule. QR equal over sine QAR 0.8 over sine 30. So QR 0.8 over 0.5 times sine 21.08922. So the result QR, if you calculate QR equal 0.575714, round off becomes 0.576 meters. So the conclusion, we can state that the two possible values of QR are 1.58 meters and 0.576 7, 6 meters.